everyone, thank you for being here for this video. I wanted to do a quick video about how to not take things personally on this journey. Now, this is easier said than done, and I get emails about this all the time, comments about this all the time. You know, you have to realise that we are on a journey of growing and a journey of learning and a journey of evolving. We're all in the school of life. So you have to imagine the world is like a big Hogwarts. Okay, it's like a big university for spiritual people. And each of us are learning lessons along the way. So we're all enrolled in this school of life. And we're all at different stages in the school of life. So we may have just enrolled, which means we may have just woken up. And we've just become aware on our spiritual path. So we're kind of in, the level 1, or, like kind of like the first class that you go in, the first year. Some of us are higher up, we've learned and grown and evolved. It doesn't mean that any of us are better than anybody else. We're all energy. So we're all the same. And this is the best thing, when you realise that you're a spiritual being, you realise that everyone is the same. Whether that person is homeless in the street or living the life of Riley, staying at fancy hotels. We're all the same. And, it's only the ego that sees people as different to you. So when you're aware and you're in the Hogwarts of life, you realise that you're learning and growing and evolving at different stages from other people. This is why you may tune into channels like this one. It doesn't mean that I know more than you. It just means that I help you to remember the information. Maybe you're guided to somebody amazing like Gabby Bernstein, who, was seen live in London. And she inspires you, or, Eckhart Tolle. I know a few of you watch Eckhart, or Abraham, who I adore, or Law of Attraction Solutions, the amazing Robert Zink, or Ralph Smart, Infinite Waters, the cat down the road, slow motion this side, whoever you're guided to learn from will appear for you when you're ready. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And that teacher could be somebody that you're watching on YouTube, somebody that you pass in the street, or it could be a lover, a twin flame, a mother, a father, a sister, a brother, or a friendship. Somebody who's teaching you something. So when we take things personal, it's because, the ego gets involved. And our ego is, it's like a little devil that sits on your shoulder. So, it's there because it tries to help you, but most of the time it does more harm than good. It whispers things in your ear, It's like the voice of reason. It tries to edge God out. It creates fear. And fear is illusion. It doesn't exist apart from in the mind, because a fear is a false experience appearing to be real, or false evidence appearing real. However you want to see it, it's the same thing. It's something you imagine that could happen. So it's like a what if scenario. That's what a fear is, or you worry about the past, that you can't change. And that can create fear and anxiety because you have no control over it. So that's what the ego does. It sits on your shoulder. And, it makes you take things personally if you allow it to. Because, we all have a heart. And whether it's open or closed, we all have one. And, sometimes things can happen that hurt our heart. And we can take things personally, especially if, we've been hurt by someone we love and it's hurt us. We don't like what they've said to us, it's hurt us. Or we don't understand why they've acted a certain way, it's hurt us. Maybe they've blocked us, ignored us, ghosted us. We've done something good for them and they've thrown it back in our face and it hurts. We take it personal. Or maybe somebody triggers you and has a go at you and doesn't understand you and you take it personal. Maybe you try and explain something to somebody and they don't get it, so you take it personal. There's all ways that we take things personally in this life. Even if someone kind of bashes into us in a queue in a shop and doesn't say sorry, we can take it personal. But what you have to remember is, number one, it's never about you, it's always about them. So that's the first thing to remember. And when you remember that, when you're going through something with a person, it makes it easier to not take things personally. Because It's never about you. Whatever someone is going through, they're going through something in the mind. You have to remember this. So it's never about you. And I'll give you an example. Say, for example, a person, a stranger to you, okay, has had a loss in their life. They've lost a friend or a loved one, or, you know, a child. Something horrendous has happened to them, okay? And you just happen to be in their presence at that exact moment. This could be a stranger or a friendship, you know. It could be you're working in a shop and someone comes in and they're just really horrible to you, okay? They're really nasty to you. You know, you do something, you try and help, you know, they take it personally themselves, so they lash out at you, and, you know, you then take it personally and think, well, what have I done to that person? I don't even know them, you know, what have I done? And you start going over and over it in your mind. What you don't know is what's going on behind the scenes with a person. So that person's been hurt. And hurt people hurt people. So that person at that moment lashed out at you. They didn't mean to do it. And they probably regretted it straight after, but they did it. And you took it personally, and therefore it hurt your feelings. Well, if you rise above your feelings, because we can all change the way we feel. It's a belief, you know, it's a thought we keep thinking. A feeling is an emotion, and you can change your emotions by feeling better, by accepting them now. If someone like that's hurt your emotions, if you realise that everyone's dealing with their own stuff, it makes things easier, and you don't take things personally, because you never know what's going on with a person, because you're not that person. This is why you can never really judge someone else, because you've never walked in their shoes. And people say, well, you can't say that unless you've walked in someone's shoes, you know? And I found along my path and journey that the more you judge, the angels and God, the Creator, will put you into those shoes so you experience what someone's going through. You know, if you hurt someone, then you get hurt the way that, you know, if you get hurt, the person that's hurt you will get hurt the way that they've hurt you. That's what I'm trying to say. And, you know, God sometimes lines it up as well so that you can watch that happen. So try not to take anything personally. Remember that, first of all, there's always something going on behind the scenes. And you may not know what someone's experiencing. They could be going through a really hard time right now. You know, they could have lost the job. You know, they could have lost a loved one, you know, be getting divorced. They could be going through anything, and they just lashed out at you at that moment. The other thing to know is this: we're all in this school of life. So we're all learning and growing and evolving at different speeds and at different times and in different ways. So you can only understand from your level of perception, from your level of experience. So until you're ready to understand something, it's like someone may be speaking another language to you. And you have to remember this with others, because, you know, if there's someone around you right now, and this could be your twin flame, or, you know, your divine masculine who doesn't seem to be understanding what you're saying, or it could be a family member, you know, or a friendship, or a colleague, or anybody, okay? And you're trying to explain something to them, something that you know to be true because you've experienced it and you've become aware in your perception of it. So you know that this information would help them, wake them up, make them feel better, but they just don't get it, okay? So you're trying to explain, and, you know, they say, well, no, that's not how it is. That's not right, okay? And you keep trying to explain, keep trying to get them to understand. And they keep saying, well, no, that's not right. Because it doesn't matter how much you try and explain to someone, unless they're ready to hear it, you might as well be speaking another language. You might as well be speaking, you know, some ancient language that nobody understands, because they're not ready to hear it, because they haven't come to that level of awareness yet. They haven't come to that level of perception yet, and they don't understand it. You know, there's a great saying, there was a wise guru, and, you know, whatever anyone said to me said, you were right, because they are right. That person is right. It may not feel right to you because you know different, but to that person you're talking to, they are right. So the angels are saying, remember that people only learn from your level of awareness, from their level of awareness, not your level of awareness. So remember that. And like the wise guru who knew many things, you know, a student came to him and asked him a question, and he tried to explain. And they said, well, no, that's not right. And he said, well, then you were right. Because he knew there was no point in trying to go round and round in circles, making someone understand something they weren't ready to understand yet. So remember that when you're dealing with another person. And, if you're running a YouTube channel as well, remember that, because, sometimes people comment in the comment section and, they understand from their level of awareness. There's no point me trying to make someone understand something they're not ready to, because my aim here, is for you to have peace. To find peace, to find yourself, to remember who you are, to learn and grow and evolve, and if I can help you in any way, then that's what my journey is. But if you're not ready to understand that or accept what I say, then, go somewhere where you are understanding it. Because when you're ready, the teacher will appear. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So, I've had it where I've explained something to someone and, they've been very volatile towards me. And then a year later, they've come back to me and said, I'm sorry, I understand now, And I've done the same on my journey, when I wasn't ready to understand. And this is why if you're a divine feminine, trying to wake up your masculine before they're ready, it just won't work. It'll backfire. That happened to me with the catalyst I was with before George. I was trying to wake him up, realise, shaking him awake. And it just ended up in him blocking me and walking away because, he wasn't ready. He'd only got the awareness from his level of perception and experience. So remember that next time you take something personally. Don't. Rise above, realise the truth that you're learning at your pace and they are learning at their pace. And you don't know what's going on behind closed doors, especially with social media. Everyone puts great things on social media, but you don't see what's going on behind the scenes. And there was an amazing YouTube video created by a creator who put what you see on social media. So maybe someone takes an amazing Instagram photograph, but they show behind the scenes what it takes to get that perfect photo. He could have took 100 shots, or maybe they've got changed and done the makeup, take the photo and then take it all off. Maybe they go to, they get the coat on, they go somewhere, take the photo, come back. All kinds of crazy things go on behind the scenes that you can't see. So the point of this video is this. We're all in the school of life. We're all learning, we're all growing, and we're all learning and growing and evolving at different levels of awareness. So remember that no one's better than you and no one's below you. We're all the same. We're just all learning at different stages. So have compassion for everyone that you meet. Have compassion, understanding and empathy, because maybe you're teaching someone something and, they may not quite be ready yet, but maybe in 6 months' time they will be. Remember how you used to be. I remember certainly how I used to be. I didn't want to hear anything. I thought I knew everything 15 years ago. When I was in my 20s, you couldn't say a wrong word. I'd be like, no, I know best. That's what teenagers do. I know best. And that's what divine masculines do. Well, no, I know best. Slam the door, push you away then. Don't want to talk to you anymore. And in this day and age, it's so easy to block people, delete people, because it's this instant gratification society or decade or, this generation. Nobody has conversations anymore, And I was watching something on the television, on Netflix it was. I think it was in Once Upon a Time. And, they said nobody ever has a conversation anymore. And it's so true. Somebody was on the phone to someone, that was it. And they said, no, it was in Supernatural. That was it. I was watching Supernatural and Mary Winchester had come back to life and she was talking to someone on the phone because she didn't understand technology. And she said, I'm sorry to keep you. And this person said, it's really nice to have a conversation. No one talks on the phone anymore. And it's true. Think about the last time you actually had a physical conversation over the phone. I don't know, I haven't had one for a long time. Texting, texting people. It's easier to write a text than ring somebody up. Again, because you think, I can't be bothered to actually talk to someone. You've got to connect with someone then. This is what people think. WhatsApp people, all these things. Instagram Messenger, Facebook Messenger. So remember this, you never know what's going on behind the scenes and people only understand from their level of perception. So take a deep breath. Don't take anything personally. And remember, wherever someone's done to you, this is the other thing the angel's saying, wherever someone's done to you, it's only bad because you're allowing it to feel bad. Nobody, and I mean this, nobody has power over you apart from you. You are the only one that has power over you, your thoughts, your emotions, and what you feel. Take control back today. You're only feeling that they've got the control because you feel out of control. You want to change something. You want to make them understand something. You want something to be better. But you have the power to take control back and take control of your thoughts. Put some happy music on. Put something on that makes you laugh. Be grateful. You can't physically be sad when you're being grateful. It's not possible for the two energies to work together at the same time. You know, the attitude of gratitude is on this vibration. Feeling bad is on this vibration. It can't vibrate on the same level. It won't be in alignment. So remember, it's all about your alignment and about you. And think about how many times, you've done something to somebody when they've actually done nothing wrong because you've been going through something. Imagine if they'd taken it personally. Perhaps they even did. But now's the time to wise up, to rise up, and to know that you are safe, you're creator of your reality, and you're very much in control. I hope this helps. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you soon.